Hey guys, another day, another Poshmark Q&A. I'm actually feeling kind of weird this morning. I don't know. I have a feeling baby's gonna come soon. Follow me on Instagram if you want more updates, although I don't know when this video is going to be up because I'm pre-filming a lot. So first question, hey Vanessa, I love your channel. You're so authentic and share a lot of valuable information. I have a question. How do you list items that can be unisex? Thank you, Natasha. You're sweet. So, okay, if something is unisex, say you have like a sweatshirt that is unisex, or if you just want to list it as men's and women's, then I do just that. I list it as men's and as women's. And then I make sure to provide measurements in both. And then I also make sure that if I sell one of them to delete the other listing, because that has happened to me where I have listed something as men's and something as women's, and let's say it's sold as like women's or whatever, and then I forgot to delete the men's listing, and then somebody else bought the men's listing. I'm like, shitballs. I don't have two of them. I just listed it twice to appeal to more people. That's what I would do. Unfortunately, there's no unisex category. I wish there was. That would make things so much easier. Next, a question. Hey Vanessa, not sure if this is too personal. It has nothing to do with Poshmark, but how many income streams do you have? Okay, so I have multiple income streams. It's not too personal, I guess. I know I've talked about it before in a previous video. Oh, sorry guys, I am so uncomfortable. I currently have 7 different revenue streams. If you want me to go into more detail about them, I can do that. I think, actually, I don't know if I've talked about all of them in a previous video, but I know I've talked about a couple of them. Obviously, you know, there's Poshmark, there's YouTube, there's like affiliate links that I have. But yeah, if you want me to go into like more detail, telling you guys about each one and how you should have multiple revenue streams as well, comment down below and let me know. Next question, how many times should I counter back with someone before declining their low ball offer? I know, and I've said this in so many videos, people get offended by low ball offers, and I used to get offended by low ball offers, but you really can't. You can't blame the person. They're trying to get a deal. You know, I lowball people all the time. Like, no shame. I will totally lowball you. If you got something that I want, I'm going to lowball you. And it's not like it's not like a personal attack against you. It's because I want to get shit on a deal. Like, when you go to a store, don't you want to buy stuff like with a coupon or on discount instead of paying like close to full price? Majority of us want to do that. So yeah, I know a lot of resellers get offended with lowball offers. And again, I used to, but now I just put myself in their shoes and I'm like, shit. And I do the same thing. So when I get a lowball offer, depending on the item, it really depends on how long I'll go back and forth with them. If it's an item that I'm really like standing my ground on, then I will counter back all day long. Like I'll just play the counter game because it literally takes 2 seconds to counter back. It's not like it's like a time consuming thing, you know, it's not, no. But if it's something that I'm just like, whatever, like I don't care, it can sit, then, you know, I'll eventually decline. I don't know after how many times. I don't know if I've countered back with like the same amount, like, sorry, I'm getting a contraction. If I counter back with the same amount, like, I don't know, 5 times, and they're still not getting the hint, and it's an item that I don't like really want to sell, like I can sit on, then I'll decline. But honestly, I rarely decline. And again, it's probably different for everyone. You know, your business is different than mine. You know, your inventory is different. You might have something that you can sit on, whereas I want to flip it quick, you know, so yeah, it definitely depends. I know I tell you guys in these videos, I give you guys my opinion, but that's something that I really truly feel strongly about, is like regarding lowballers. You really shouldn't get offended at that, because they're just trying to get a deal. Like, you really can't blame them. I know some people are like, oh my gosh, this person offered me $4 for a $100 item. Like, you take personal, deep offense to that. I'm like, why? Like, this person isn't purposely trying to be like, I'm going to make this person's day. They're probably like, oh my gosh, I really like this item. I want to pay the least amount that I can for this. And again, you go into a store, you do the same thing. So yeah, I don't know. I think it's very hypocritical to get mad at lowballers. There's my little rant for the day. Next question. Hi Vanessa, love your videos. My question is, how often do you sell no-name brands? Either brands that aren't well known or brands where the tags are ripped out. You know, so it really depends on the style. But I occasionally pick up like no-name brands, or, you know, if something's like cool and like vintage looking or just cool looking in general, then I'll pick it up. And it doesn't have a tag, then I will pick it up based on style for sure. I definitely pick up style as opposed to brand because, you know, there are, although I gotta give credit to Walmart because Walmart's like stepping up their game with some of their clothes. I was gonna use Walmart as an example, be like, oh, you know, a Walmart brand, you know, to throw shade at Walmart. But no, Walmart's actually stepped up their game. They have some decent clothes, like trendy clothes. And sometimes I feel like if you put the brand name, like I feel like I could find a cool piece from, sorry guys, I'm really struggling through this video. I feel like I could find a cool piece from Walmart, and if I put the brand name, like, I don't know, what's one of the brand names from Walmart? Is it A New Day? Or is that Target? I don't know. We'll just say, if I find like a trendy piece from Walmart and I put the brand as A New Day, if people see that brand before seeing like the actual item, they might get turned off. Or if they see the brand itself, you know, they just might get turned off. So sometimes I don't put the brand name. Yes, I'll take pictures of, you know, the size tag and people can clearly see the brand name, but I won't put the brand name in the listing description because I feel like some people judge like that. You know, they see a brand like, I do that sometimes, obviously. I'm like, especially with poor Gloria Vanderbilt. I feel like I shit on her in a lot of videos, but I see Gloria Vanderbilt jeans everywhere. And because I've seen so many of her jeans and because I don't think I don't like them, I feel like I judge every other clothing item that she's ever made. Like if I just see the brand Gloria Vanderbilt, I'm like, you know, turn my nose up like no, which obviously I shouldn't do. But yeah, I feel like a lot of people do that. So absolutely I pick up like no name brands, or again, sometimes I will omit the brand in the listing description. I definitely make sure that I take a picture of it so that people know the brand that they're getting. I'm not like misleading that way. I don't want you guys to think that that's like being sneaky or misleading, because I definitely do show the brand like when I take a picture of the size tag, so the buyer definitely knows the brand if they look at all the pictures, which, you know, buyers on Poshmark aren't always good about looking at all the pictures and reading the descriptions. So okay, and last question is, how do I gain followers on Poshmark? I get this question all the time, and it's actually really easy to gain followers on Poshmark. Just follow other people. That's like that. It's proven. Like if you go follow, I mean, I don't know like the ratios, but no, if you go follow like 100 people now, you're guaranteed to get a bunch of followers from following those people. And I know I got a comment the other day saying like, oh, so-and-so said not to waste your time following people and sharing. I hope they meant sharing other people's closets, not like sharing your own closet, because that is 1,000,000% necessary. Like that's not even debatable. You need to share your own closet in order to make consistent sales on Poshmark. Like, yeah, sure, you could list things and then maybe you might get a sale once a year, but you need to consistently share your own closet in order to make consistent sales on Poshmark. And as far as like following people, I know a lot of resellers are like, oh, it's a waste of time. Don't do it. Followers don't mean anything. And I mean, yeah, that's not 100% true at all, because the more, like, this is just common sense. The more followers you have, the more potential eyes you have on your closet, therefore the more potential sales. Like there's no debating that. That's like fucking common sense. But as far as people saying like, oh, you know, don't waste your time following people, in my opinion, that's a task that takes no time at all. You can literally follow 100 people or like hundreds of people in a minute. You know, like that's not something that takes a lot of time. Like what else could you be doing in a minute? Opening up your app. Again, it's not a task that takes up a lot of time where you could be doing something else more productive, you know? So I don't know. I always tell people to follow as many people as you can. It's not going to harm you at all because of the fact it doesn't take a lot of time. It can only help you. Seriously. I stand by that, and I'll argue that. Like, you want to argue it with me? Argue it with me, because I will. That is it for this video. I hope I answered your questions. If you have any other questions, you can comment down below. Send me a DM on Instagram or tweet me on Twitter. If you're new to Poshmark and you want to sign up, you can use my code. It is KeepinItRad. You get a $10 credit, and I also get a $10 credit, so thank you. That's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.